everybody. Ben Frederickson here alongside Jeff Gordon talking Cardinals baseball on this week's Inside Pitch. Gordo, we're going to kind of zoom out from the Cardinals. Now, they did have a massive, for stopping the madness, a walk-off win against the Brewers. Nolan Arenado, a good moment for him. Doesn't change the concerning, depressing playoff picture. But we wanted to kind of zoom out. Playing the Brewers, Padres coming up. The Dodgers were just here. Let's take a step back and look at the National League Manager of the Year conversation. I don't think Ali Marmol will be getting many votes this year.
No,
in his first year, for sure, but not right now. But there are a lot of Cardinals kind of ties here to this discussion. Pat Murphy of the Brewers has done a great job this year. Of course, Mike Shildt, former Cardinals manager, is doing a great job in San Diego. The Dodgers are looking over their shoulder at the Padres. And then, of course, Dave Roberts, who I don't know if he gets enough credit, but he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. The Dodgers look like a powerhouse team. What do you make of this as it seems like the Cardinals are going round for round with each of these teams on this brutal stretch of their schedule?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, really, you got to be really impressed with how the Brewers are playing, and Ali Marmol gave them a big shout out as well. That's a team, they're very athletic, they're playing hard. They're just being very aggressive. He takes over for Craig Counsell. Not a lot of expectations for this team. A lot of, just some patchwork roster work done. They just play with a spirit. They're very good defensively, something that the Cardinals used to be good at. But they're just pushing it, running the bases, challenging Wilson Contreras, and he's answered the challenge pretty well so far in the series. But they're just going for it. They play the game. They're fun to watch. They're resilient. They got a lot of great stories. You listen to guys talk about him, how positive he is and how he keeps them focused. And they just do the work on fundamentals. They stay on top of the details.
Yeah.
They play the Cardinal way, Ben, Fred.
Well, the Brewers are out Cardinals-ing the Cardinals, and that's really been happening since the Cubs had their moment. They won their World Series. But if you look at the next season until now, the most consistent team in this division has been Milwaukee. What they've been missing is that playoff run. They get there and fizzle out, so it doesn't get talked about much. But I think Murphy, for me, right now is the lead candidate. I think Shilt's got to be considered.
Right.
I don't think Roberts is going to get much attention just because he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. And that's not fair, but that's how his team is viewed. They're supposed to win. That's how they're built. But remember what it was like, the conversation around the Brewers, when David Stearns from the front office goes to the Mets, Craig Counsell gets poached by the Cubs. I mean, the Brewers were supposed to be down this year, Gordo. They're playing without Christian Yelich, who was having a great season. Looked like he was recovered from his back issues. Now he has season-ending back surgery. They lose guy after guy, and they keep finding ways to be competitive. They keep finding ways to make sharp trades. But that's not the manager's job. But he is coaching these guys. It's a vibe. It's a mentality they have. You see it in their play. They're not deterred, and they think they have a good chance of beating anybody. Quietly, they've got one of the best run differentials in all of baseball. They're not a normal team from the NL Central that's going to get into the postseason and be happy to be there. They're headed there now with an expectation to do some damage. Now we'll see if they can, but I think what he's done there as kind of an overlooked hire, it's remarkable.
It is. You look at Corbin Burns out the door in a trade. Brandon Woodruff shoulder out for the season. Devin Williams misses most of the year, a great closer. He's got 11 different guys with a save with this group. He just mixes and matches the bullpen. He scraped together enough good starts. They had a nice little starting run of shutout innings. And then he's got a guy like Willie Adames who's blossomed in Milwaukee. He's just a team leader, plays every day, sets an example for guys. And then all these guys like Rhys Hoskins, just embracing what the message that Murphy is giving. So it's just a team that's got a great vibe. And what you're looking for the Cardinals, and conversely, is just can they get any sort of vibe going before the end of the season?
What's your identity?
Yeah, and Milwaukee has an identity.
Right.
You know what? And Mike Shildt with the Padres, go for it, GM. Just no holds barred, not deterred by what the Dodgers do. Just go for it. Man, he is this aggressive manager with an aggressive team coming to town. Can't wait to get here.
You think Shilt's a little fired up to be playing the Cardinals at Busch Stadium here in a little bit? Yeah, me too. He's done a great job in San Diego, Gordo. I think the smartest thing he did when he got there was immediately endear himself to
Fernando
Tatis Jr. He was down. He had been, all the steroids accusations were flying around. He's at a low point. Shildt was in a minor role at that time. They befriended him, helped him with his rehab. It seems like he was setting the grassroots of what he now has, which is, a real finger on the pulse of this team. And his competitiveness is helping them. His dedication to details, his fundamentals is helping them. And I think it's just his fire. They have to have that that go take on the world mentality when you're in the Dodgers division. Right. And here's what they're doing. They're making the Dodgers sweat. They're not just letting the Dodgers coast here. They're making them play hard through the end of the season. We'll see if that affects them in the playoffs, but I think Shildt is right there. And if they somehow catch the Dodgers, I think he may be your manager of the year. I really do.
Oh, that'll be a great news for Cardinals fans. Nothing to talk about in the winter, for sure.
Philosophical differences. How will they be remembered? Well, we'll see how the next chapter unfolds when the Padres come to town. Keep it locked at stltoday.com for all of your Cardinals coverage. For Jeff Gordon, I'm Ben Frederickson. We'll talk to you next time.